What about people that automatically call and tell their whole family, right? So then you have all of these opinions
Yeah.
from several different people. How can you really process the trauma you're experiencing with receiving so many
Messages.
opinions about the situation?
That happens in almost in most cases. Some people keep it to themselves and suffer silently, but most people will tell their friends, their
Hmm.
parents. And the problem with that is, even if it's not a marriage, even if it's just a breakup, the problem with that is when you tell them when you're angry and you just found out, you're telling them every single thing you've been holding in, even the other things you didn't like. And if
Hmm.
you end up staying together, you have a lot more people in the room than you should ever have. I think it's important that you have a friend that you can talk to that you trust. I think you need to bounce it off a friend, but it's also important to pick your friend wisely
Oh,
because
yes.
there's too many influences, whether it's your mother, your father saying, you can't leave, you have children, you should stay, and their voices in your head. It's really hard to figure out what is your voice and what you want when there's so many voices in the room.
Right. I think a lot of people don't know what to do. That's why we really love your book, The Courage to Walk Away. And in that, you have a comprehensive guide to understanding and healing from infidelity. So, can you give some of us an insight into specific activities and our exercises and our steps that they can do when this has happened to them?
Well, the first thing, for starters, most people, even if they were suspicious,
Hmm.
they're still in shock because
Right.
suspicion and fact are very different things. So you have it's this is about turning all of those feelings, turning it back to yourself. What Understanding yourself. Yeah, you can have a better understanding of what he or she did and be angry about it and try to find out as much information. But I think when it comes to sexual infidelity, one of the most important things not to do is ask every single question that jumps into your head,
Hmm.
because then when they start asking graphic sexual questions,
Right.
that is not going to help anybody.
Then what do they do with that, right? Because
They didn't know
sometimes,
anything, now they want to know everything.
right,
Because if they feel as if they know more or they know everything, they'll be in more control because they were blindsided. So
right,
that's in a way trying to seek control back.
right.
And one of the most important things to do is, yes, you have to deal with it. Whether it's denial, whether it's anger, you have to deal with that, and that process takes a long time to do. There's one of the things, one of the most important things is something not to do as
Hmm.
opposed to do, and that
Hmm.
is get off social media, stop looking, marriage
Hmm.
breakup, engagement, stop looking at what they're doing, stop looking at their posts, stop looking to see who they like and who they don't like and every single thing about it, because you can't heal when the first thing you do before you have a cup of coffee is check Instagram.
Right. Right.
There's nothing
And
there
don't
you're going to
post about
find.
it.
Right.
Right.
There's nothing you're going to find there that's going to make your day.
Right. And I think our fields are very similar because I tell my clients as well, don't post about it because most people
Right.
are just running to your page now to be nosy or to see what's going on in your personal life, not necessarily that they care.